THA encourages proposals for a marina at Kings Bay. CPEP workers to get pay increase. COVID vaccine booster shots program for 12 to 8-year-olds begin this Friday. And in sport, the TTFA to host screening sessions in Tobago. Good evening, I'm Patricia Nicholson-Richards. This is the Tobago Updates News for Wednesday, 11th May 2022. To our top story this evening, the THA feels disrespected by the way in which NIDCO has released plans to the public for a marina at Friendship Estate. This from Infrastructure Secretary Trevor James as he spoke on the issue at the Weekly Post Executive Council media briefing. Here's Gail Thomas with the details.
Infrastructure, Quarries and Urban Renewal Secretary Trevor James said the lands that NIDCO proposes to use belong to the THA. Additionally, there is no record of any communication with the THA, either with the previous administration or the current administration about the project.
My perusal of the Executive Council minutes for that entire area, there has been no official Executive Council discussion on this matter. There is no MOU that has been discussed with the NIDCO, similar to what has happened at Rocky Point.
James did not want to comment on the plans released to the public, saying it was premature. He also does not agree with the marina in Friendship Estate. Instead, the THA wants to go forward with the marina in Kings Bay.
Come next week, the Division of Infrastructure, Quarries and Urban Development intends to put out an expression of interest for a marina at Kings Bay. And I want to ask all those who are interested to visit the site and submit to us your proposals for that.
The idea of a marina at Kings Bay has been proposed in the past because of the sheltered area of the bay. James believes that the location is ideal for a marina as it will have less environmental impact.
Kings Bay remains probably the best location for a marina. We have no doubt that the economy in Tobago will benefit from a marina. We are in the best place geographically. James
is calling for a meeting with NIDCO to hash out the details about the marina in Friendship that the government is proposing. For Tobago Updates, I am Gail Thomas.
A marina is needed for Tobago, but at what cost? NIDCO recently released the designs for a marina in Friendship Estate and indicated the bordering flying reef can be affected. Director of the Tobago Marine Safety and Security Services and veteran diver Alvin Douglas spoke on Good Morning Tobago and said the people need to decide if the proposed marina is worth the destruction of a reef, leaving the coastline vulnerable. Here's more in this report.
Director of the Tobago Marine Safety and Security Services, Alvin Douglas, has long been an advocate for a marina in Tobago. NIDCO recently released designs for a marina at Friendship Estate, but a close look at the details reveal that part of Flying Reef, which borders the estate, will have to be dredged. For Douglas, this news is bittersweet.
The reef, Flying Reef, that area holds a tremendous amount of life.
Yes.
And it's a beautiful view.
The loss of the reef will be a tremendous blow to the diving community and the protection of the coastline. Also, the location does not seem ideal from a marine perspective.
We need a marina, but I have reservations on where the marina is going to be. It's on the Atlantic side, and anybody, any marina, any professional that works in my field knows that in the rough seasons, that area is pretty tricky to get into.
Because the waters around Friendship Estate are shallow, the reef will have to be dredged to facilitate vessels coming into the bay.
Because the floor is clay. From diving there, it's clay. So from the time they start dredging, everything, all the sediments is going to go in that westerly direction and it's going to decimate that reef.
The plans boast of accommodations for over 150 vessels, a water park complete with a saltwater pool, boatyards, beach houses and restaurants. However, Douglas pointed out that there is nothing in place for fishermen.
There is 0 areas for fishing vessels. So it's not catering for the fisher folks on the island.
Douglas says there is no doubt that the proposed marina will benefit Tobago, but Tobago must decide at what cost they want that marina.
What is Tobago wants to give up for that type of development? What do you want to give up? What kind of impact you want on your environment? Or is it that we can have an option where you can minimize the impact to the environment?
Douglas believes either Plymouth or Studley Park are two alternative areas to place the marina with less environmental impact. For Tobago Updates, I am Candace Jackson.
Switching to some other news now, the only workers being affected by the restructuring of CPEP Tobago are the operations team, according to the Secretary of Community Development, Youth Development and Sport, Pastor Terence Baines. Here's more.
Speaking at Wednesday's post-executive council media briefing, Secretary Baines sought to dispel rumors that the vulnerable workers in the program will be affected.
That the restructuring that we are doing will not affect the workforce at the bottom. None of the persons at the bottom there will lose their jobs at all.
Instead, those in the operational team will be placed in other areas if they wish. Pastor Baines reminded the population that CPEP was meant to be a temporary relief for workers and not a permanent job program. He explained that it has become necessary for the program to be restructured after discovering that there was no policy governing the program and that there were discrepancies throughout. However, the door remains open for employees on the operational team.
That persons can and should reapply to the new CPEP setup. I also want to say that we are about replacement rather than displacement, but at the same time I would have to be Jehovah God to say categorically nobody will lose their job. I think I would have to be God for that, and you know I am not God.
The restructuring is reportedly saving the THA over $120,000 in the first instance. Baines stated that at today's Executive Council, the THA decided to use that money and supplement it to give all CPEP workers an increase in pay.
And from our conversations today within the Executive Council, we have agreed that we are going to give an increase to CPEP workers, those daily paid workers. We are also going to make sure that they get all the benefits that they should get.
These benefits will include more sick leave and casual leave, as well as better structured vacation packages. The amount by which CPEP workers' salaries will be increased is still to be determined. For Tobago Updates, I am Gail Thomas.
Coming up next, police say they are close to solving a string of robberies in Tobago. Stay tuned.
We party till we drop down there with a lot of pretty girls down there, down in Tobago.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash and transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
If you see or know about a crime, report a crime safely and anonymously. Call 8-Point for guns, drugs, crime. If it does not look right, do the right thing. Call Crime Stoppers anonymously. 800-8477. Report possible border crime.
There's a taste in the air everywhere. Feel the vibe 'cause it's something to share. Smooth, rich and creamy, you'll find it right here. Makes you smile, relax a while, it's fun and good cheer. Ooh, enjoy every scoop. Ooh, every taste will get you hooked. We have flavors that you love, a combination special. Come along, enjoy our treats. This is Uncle Pete's.
Welcome back. Measures are being put in place to ensure that the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine for children 5 to 11 years old is easily accessible throughout Trinidad and Tobago. This according to Health Minister Terence Dialsing.
So we are going to expand the number of sites outside of the MassVac sites. So it will be at the MassVac sites as usual. But we are also going to be expanding that at selected health centers, which will be published and made known by next week. So we are going to make accessibility and convenience even more accessible and more convenient. So we are working on that behind the scenes.
At the ministry's press conference earlier today, Dialsing said the final meeting with the officials would be providing the vaccines was held on Monday. He added that within the next 7 days, he should have something definitive to tell the public regarding the date that the vaccines will arrive. Meantime, the Pfizer booster program for children 12 to 18 will begin on Friday.
WHO has now signed off on the administration of boosters, Pfizer boosters for that age group. And our local technical advisory group under the chairmanship of the Chief Medical Officer again met on Monday, was it CMO? Monday. And they have also signed off. I have informed the RHAs and so on. And we are going to start the booster program, Pfizer booster program for children between the ages of 12 to 18 from Friday. Our sites are being prepped.
Dialsing said the booster shots will be available to those children who received their second shot of the vaccine 6 months ago.
We urge parents and children in that 12 to 18 age group, especially those who are immunocompromised, whether you have diabetes, sickle cell anemia, cardiac disease, cancers, anything that predisposes you to being immunocompromised. If you are unsure, please speak with your pediatrician or family physician. Those boosters are highly recommended for those subpopulations of the 12 to 18.
Now to the latest COVID-19 figures. Over the last 24 hours, 29 new cases were reported. Total active cases are now at 570. There are 13 patients in the hospital. No new deaths were reported. Total deaths are now at 266. Well, police officers are very close to making arrests for a string of robberies which occurred in Tobago recently. Updating the public at today's Post-Executive Council media briefing, Assistant Commissioner of Police William Nurse promised the public that arrests will soon be made.
So there is copious evidence in the possession of the police. It's just to look at it, refine it, toss it about, juxtapose, and decisions would be made very, very soon in that regard.
ACP Nurse says high-level meetings have produced strategies to bring down the rate of robberies. Meanwhile, new technology is being used to gather and analyze evidence.
There's a particular technology that we introduced last night into the mix, and I wouldn't tell you what it is. It is so potent that the person just had to come and spend 1 day, and they're already back on their way back to Trinidad to do the analysis and to report back to us.
As a result, ACP Nurse is sending this warning to criminals and would-be criminals.
You cannot uncommit a crime. When you commit a crime, it stays committed. And it is the robust investigation concept of our policing that will bring it home. So I give you the assurance, and I tell them something else. Every contact leaves a trace, and the last contact is the strongest.
ACP Nurse also boasted that the Tobago police have been doing a good job at controlling crime on the island. He says that in the last 5 years, Tobago experienced a 100% solve rate of murders, while other serious crime has also experienced a high solve rate. The THA will be writing to NIDCO on another matter, that of the lands being used to construct the new airport terminal. This stemmed from an incident late last week where contractors attempted to block the road in Cromson Trace, Bonaccord, where residents are still trying to finalize negotiations for land acquisition. Chief Secretary Farley Augustine was forced to intervene and remove the blockage from the road. The THA is warning NIDCO that no resident should be blocked until their negotiations are settled. Additionally, the THA wants to contest ownership of the lands. Secretary of Infrastructure, Quarries and Urban Development Trevor James says all lands are vested in the control of the THA and he wants to see what arrangement was made for use of the lands.
Here we're going to write it again that we are willing to meet in terms of the airport project. We will request a copy of the contract with CRCC, between CRCC and NIDCO. We want to request an official copy of the designs that CRCC has put forward, because we believe that all the lands that the state acquire in Kong Point legally belong to the people of Tobago.
James says previous attempts were made to meet with NIDCO over these matters, but they were unsuccessful. They were instead advised that it was the decision of Minister of Finance Colm Imbert to meet with the THA. To some other news, we are confident that that is state land. This is the response from Secretary for Infrastructure, Quarries and Urban Development Trevor James as he commented on the THA sign that has been erected at Mount Dillon Hill in the north of Tobago. The popular tourist attraction was placed in the spotlight recently when pictures emerged showing that it was fenced and a sign placed at the entrance stating private property. James responded to a question from Tobago Updates during the post-executive council media briefing today.
Yes, that land is state lands, and as a division we cleared away the debris that was there on the roadway and the sign was erected, and we are confident that the land is state lands, and that is the end of that.
The newly erected sign clearly reads state lands and points out that the site is for community and recreational use. But we have sport coming up next. Do stay tuned.
Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
advertise with Tobago Updates. Call 284-6597. If you have a small or large business, we can get your information in front of the masses. Reach our rapidly growing viewership on Facebook and YouTube. Promote your brand in Trinidad and the Caribbean through M&E TV Now and Gayel. Yes, we can build unique ads for your business. Call now 284-6597 and advertise with us.
Welcome to sport. The Trinidad and Tobago Football Association will host screening sessions for girls between the ages of 13 to 15 years and boys between the ages of 12 to 14 years for selection to their high-performance teams. Tobago under-15s begin their trial at the Dwight York Stadium from next Monday. Registration runs from 3:30 p.m. to 4 p.m. and will be followed by training sessions from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Trials continue at the same venue on May 23rd and May 25th from the same time. Girls are encouraged to attend all screening sessions if possible. And for the under-14 Tobago boys, trials begin on Tuesday, continue on Thursday, and the same schedule repeats the following week. For each session, registration starts at 3:30 p.m. with training concluding at 6 p.m. All interested players must attend the sessions with one red jersey and one white jersey. For more information, contact 364-0489. Well, we have more news coming up after the break. Stay tuned.
All-in-one shopping experience? Then look no more. Visit Lamb's Best Mart for your grocery items, fruits and vegetables, drinks, home items, stationery, gift items, hampers, shopping gift cards, toiletries, small hardware items, and much more. We provide order and pickup service, even delivery to your door. We are your friendly community supermarket. Check us out today at Lamb's Best Mart, located at 22 Daniel Trace Canby, or visit us on social media at Lamb's Best Mart.
Our national borders, our first step to security, but a possible access point for guns, drugs, crime. If it does not look right, do the right thing. Call Crime Stoppers anonymously. 800-8477. Report possible border crime.
You can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tobago. Your meals, medication, groceries, and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tobago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tobago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tobago's at your service.
Good
morning. Put a smile on your... MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash and transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
Public Relations Officer of the PNM Tobago Council, Shamari Hector, has been discharged from hospital. In an update, political leader of the Tobago Council, Ansel Dennis, told Tobago Updates that Hector is at home resting comfortably. Hector was reported to have suffered broken legs when his car crashed into the wall of a church at Bonaccord on April 24th, the same day the PNM's internal elections were held. Complaints about the lack of water in various areas in Tobago continue. This morning, fed-up residents of Riseland Canby showed their frustration by burning tires in the roadway. Police officers said when they responded, the residents had already left. The fire service also visited the scene, extinguished the blaze, and cleared the debris. And that story brings us to the end of our Tobago Updates newscast for this evening. I'm Patricia Nicholson-Richards. Thank you for tuning in and have a good evening.